Hello, good evening, everyone. Hi, welcome to the first version of my podcast that I'm doing on Periscope. Hi, Turbo Knitter. Let me switch the camera around. Hey, everyone. Hey. Good evening. Hello. Hey, Gigi. Hi, Mama Bear Knits. Hi, everyone. Hope you can see me well. My name is Lorianne. Thank you for joining me uh, on the first, as I said, the first episode of my podcast that I'm doing on Periscope. So the name of my podcast is This Homespun Life. Hopefully y'all have joined me before. Hello. Hi. Can't remember. Can't see your name right now. Hopefully you've joined me on YouTube or iTunes before. This video will be uploaded onto those platforms as well. But I wanted to try recording here to see. Hi, Jamie. Ooh, I'm going to mess up your name. Hi, Jamie. Thank you for joining me. Said first time here. Thank you. Hope you enjoy it. Again, my name is Lorianne. I'm coming to you from overcast South Florida. It's been raining and muggy and just crazy. So, really, Jackie? Well, yay. I'm glad this is, you've been able to catch me live. I have not been scoping regularly, so that's probably why. My volume's really low. Oh, I don't know how to fix that. I really don't know how to fix that unless I hold my mic up to my mouth. Jackie, I'm not in Miami. I am in West Palm Beach. So good. I'm glad the volume is better. I'm glad the volume is better. Great. So I guess I'll hold it like this for a little while. But I am in South Florida. Yay for Broward, Jackie. We we should see each other at some point. That would be nice. I'd like to start meeting some of the people that I get introduced to here on Periscope. That would be awesome. So yes, so I do it should be bi-weekly podcast, but I have not been doing it as regularly as I should. Um, but like I said, I wanted to try a version of this on Periscope and then upload it to YouTube and iTunes later on. But I'm really enjoying the interaction that we get on Periscope. So I wanted to try it here. My battery's at 49%, so this is not going to be a long episode. Along with that, hey Gigi, hey Gigi. Along with that, I have not been knitting much, at least not much for myself. I will show you what I've been working on. I've had something taking up a lot of my time. Positive though, positive. So I will show that to you. So a couple of weeks ago, I did a scope here, and I was just talking about supporting small businesses and building a community here on Periscope and online in general. And I was contacted by a really sweet individual who owns a handmade soap and hair products company. She saw that I hand make accessories for the home and for the body, and she contacted me and asked me to make some products for her. So it's been about 2 weeks. I've been working on these handmade washcloths for her company, and they have taken up all my time. So I have not been able to do a lot of personal knitting, which is fine. I'm completely fine with that. Personal knitting can be done in personal time. Now is not a personal time. So I will show you the products I've made. I finally got them finished. I think yesterday I knit my last one. So I'll show you the colors that I've been working on. So these are hand knit, as I said, and this is the range of colors that she wanted. So we have a chocolate. Thank you, Jackie. I'm glad you like them. We have a white. I'll tell you the dimensions in a little bit. This is basically lemon lime. It's probably coming out a bit yellow, but this is more of a lemon lime. They are a decent size. They are a decent size, and this is just a very pretty variegated, variegated blues with a little bit of taupe and white. So they measure about 14 inches square. They are very cozy, Gigi, very cozy, very squishy, very soft, very squishy. So, yes, I was commissioned to make 26 of these, and I finished finally. Thank you, Textiles. Tell me your name. I like calling people by their full name. Thank you for saying you like the stitch pattern. Hey, Donica. Hey, I see you just came on. I was just showing off the towels that I'm going to be sending to you. Let me show again. Since Donica just came on, Donica is natural mixologist, and whoops, and she wanted me to make these. So I finally got your 26 done. I think I finished it last night. So I forgot that today was a public holiday. I was going to send them in the mail to you today. Forgot that today was a public holiday. So I have to wait until tomorrow. Thank you so much for the positivity and the hearts. I appreciate it. Thank you. So yeah, I'll be sending those off to you tomorrow, hopefully. I do have to go into work. I still work full time. So I am glad you love them, Donica. I'm hoping that you will love them even more when you get them. So yay for that. So if you're not following Natural Mixologist, please go ahead and do that. Put up some emojis, Donica, so they can find you. She is a small business owner. There you go, natural mixologist. Ologist didn't fit, but there she is. Follow her. She makes handmade soaps and skincare products, and she's going to be making up some great gift sets for the holidays. So if you're looking for any great gifts, go ahead and go check her out. So follow her. So that's what's been taking up the majority of my time. I have not been able to do a lot of, thank you so much for the hearts, guys. I appreciate it. A lot of personal knitting. I'm actually working on another set. Yes, she's going to be making a soap and towel gift set. So think about that for the holidays, okay? I'm actually working on another colorway of that same design. This is more on a personal side. So that this is the other color version. This colorway I think is called Plum Fields. As you can see, it's a variegated. Has beautiful burgundies, nice chocolate brown, and a kind of like a cream color. So it's the same pattern. I'd started working on these, and so I've moved on out of finished objects into works in progress. Y'all who are familiar with podcasts and yarny goodnesses know about works in progress or WIPs. So this is the one on the needles right now, and these are knit on a US 11, which is an 8mm needle. These are my Knit Picks interchangeable needles. Wait, yes, 8mm, US 11, 8mm needles, and they're done on circulars. So that's what I'm working on now. Oops, my yarn is unraveling. I have to put this back together. So I just started working on these again yesterday after I finished the last towel. So we'll see how many I get done right now. This is more for my site, which as you see on the sign is homespun.bigcartel.com for now. I'm actually working on creating a site under my own domain name, which is thishomespunlife.com. Currently, that is set up more as a blog, that website, and that's where I post the podcasts. From YouTube, I bring the video over to that page and share it there. While we're talking about the website, I might as well let you all know that I will be updating or changing the format of the website. As I said, it was first set up as a blog. I'm going to transition it to being a full-fledged website with a store attached instead of having the separate big cartel site. I'm currently working on it. It's probably going to take a couple of weeks, but when it's ready for rollout, I will let you all know. Follow me on Instagram at This Homespun Life. Follow me on Twitter. It's This Homespun Life without the I, so it's THS Homespun Life. THS Homespun Life, the same as Periscope. And if you're watching me on YouTube or iTunes, follow me on Periscope as well. As I said, THS Homespun Life. If this works out well, I may record the rest of my episodes on here and then upload it to YouTube and iTunes. So follow me there. So I'm going to be transitioning into making this more of a business. It had truthfully been a hobby for over a year, almost 2 years. And hi, Kazi Knits. Thanks for joining. I'm transitioning now into being a business, a real full-fledged business, and therefore I need a real website with a real store. So that's going to be happening. So those plum-colored towels will be going up on the on my store. Depending on what time they get done. I have a couple of other colors as well. So I'm working on that. I have a couple of other projects that you all should be familiar with because I have shown them before on my previous episodes. The first being my socks. If you remember, I had finished this foot. I finished this in July. Or was it August? I can't remember now. Ugh, that's bad. I think I finished it in July. And I'd started working on the other sock. So, not if you remember the last episode, not much progress has been done on these. This yarn is Premier Yarns by Deborah Norville. And the colorway is called Aquamarine. Ooh, hopefully you can see that. Aquamarine. So again, Premier Yarns, Deborah Norville. You can get this at Joann's, usually. So I'm knitting these socks on DPNs, which stands for double point needles. And I'm using size 1, US 1, which is a 2.25 millimeter needle. And I've finally finished the heel. This is the Fish Lips Kiss heel for all my knitters. You all know the Fish Lips Kiss heel. That's the only heel I use anymore. We all started off doing the heel flap and gusset. I can do it, I just don't like it. So I definitely prefer the Fish Lips Kiss. You would never, Gigi, you would never finish on a size 1. You never know. You never know. You might enjoy it. After working for 2 weeks straight on US 11, which I know is small for you. I know you knit on size 50 and above. Having knit on a US US 11 for like 2 weeks straight, this was great. This is my cup of tea. I am a US 3 and down. Those are my size. How long are those needles? These needles are about, I want to say about 5 inches. Actually, team lazy. They are, yes, the needles are 5 inches long. I had to check it on my yardstick. But, yeah, you never know. I am on a size 3 down. Those are my normal normal needles. I love them. I'm a fingering and lace weight kind of girl. So yeah, so I'm moving along on it. I don't know when I'm going to get done because again, personal knitting has taken a back seat. But this is my standard 2 inches of twisted ribbing. This the leg. Normally, my entire leg is about 7 inches. I made this 5 because I was in a hurry. My fish lips kiss heel, and then I will do a standard toe decrease when I get to that point. So we'll see how that goes. At some point before the end of the year, this pair will be done. I was on the kick for doing a pair of socks each month for the entire year. That's not going to happen anymore, which is fine. I'm fine with it. I have other things I need to work on. So this is on the back burner, as is this other project that I'm going to show you. This is another personal project, and hopefully you all remember. Do I prefer DPNs or Magic Loop? Hi, Teresa. Thanks for joining. You know what? It depends, Teresa. I started off knitting socks on DPNs. That's how I learned. And so I tend to gravitate towards that. But I do enjoy Magic Loop. I do enjoy Magic Loop. The only reason I have not used Magic Loop in a little while is that my size 1, I think it's a 40-inch cable. Something happened to it. I think the cord had pulled out or something happened, and I couldn't use the needle anymore. And I was on a kick to try and get these socks out every month. So I said, okay, let me just grab my DPNs and get moving. So, but I do enjoy Magic Loop a lot. So it kind of depends on what's going on. So this, and I'm in the middle of a row. I am sorry, but whoopsie daisy. This is my Hitchhiker shawl. My long forgotten Hitchhiker shawl. Hitchhiker, for you guys who are hip to Ravelry and all things yarn, is the very popular pattern by, tell me her name now. Thank you, Bay Area Knitter. Let me see your name. Christine. Thank you, Christine. Tell me her name again. The young lady who does Hitchhiker and Trillian oh, I forgot her name now. But yeah, this is a super, super, super popular pattern. Martina Bem. Thank you. Thank you, Martina Bem. Okay, so yes, I've been working on this for a little while. If y'all remember, I'm knitting this from my hand spun. So I'm out of the pure purple. I'm into the marled purple and pink. And then after that will be pink and then gold. So I'm almost done with my hand spun. And it came out to average a fingering weight. Thank you so much, Christine. Appreciate that. It averaged out to be a fingering weight 2-ply. And this is from Fiber Nymph Dye Works. Their colorway Further Up and Further In. As you can see, it's 100% Polworth, 4 ounces. And I ended up getting, oh, darn it. It's not on here. I got over 600 yards of a 2-ply fingering weight. So I was very happy with that. I spun this maybe 2 years ago. So I wanted to do something with my hand spun. So I'm very happy with the color progression. I was able to keep it pretty solid most of the time. And, with the plying. So I'm very, very happy. I'm at 29 teeth. and the pattern calls for 42. Obviously, 42 being the answer to every question in the universe. So I'm still working on that. Oh, this is being done on a US 3.25 millimeter circular needle, and it's going along well. I just haven't had time to work on it. So hopefully, again, another by the end of the year project. I don't see myself starting any other personal projects anytime soon. I'm hoping to be very busy for the holiday season doing commercial knitting and sewing. So this may be it for my personal knitting for the rest of the year. But we'll see. Thank you, Christine. I appreciate that. Thank you for the hearts as well. Thank y'all. Hope y'all are enjoying the podcast. I don't even know how long I've been going. I am completely off topic. Yes, really. What do you do, Christine? Are you do you knit or crochet or spin or anything for business? Or you're a designer? You are a designer. That's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, it's hard to find time for personal projects. It's really hard to find time for personal projects. You have to either carve out the time or you have to get your pleasure from your commercial work. It was pleasurable for me to knit the washcloths. I knew they were for commercial, but I was still happy while doing them. The mitered square sock yarn blanket. Everyone's making one of those, right? I haven't jumped on that train yet. One day maybe. Raisin. Oh, girl. I'm sorry, girl. I'm messing up your name. But you said that you crochet. You love to crochet. I love to crochet as well. I started off crocheting when I was, knee high to a grasshopper. I still do now, but not as much as knitting. Knitting caught me and it's addictive. Razonda Lee. Hi, Razonda. Thank you for that. Thank you. Yes, crocheting is addictive. Knitting is addictive. The fiber arts is addictive. So, yeah. Yeah. So you have to make. So Christine, you have to make each of those mitered squares individually, and then what? Sew them together for the blanket. Is that how that works? I never got caught up on that blanket. I saw a lot of people doing it. For the first row, that's how it works. Okay, and then you knit in place. Is that how that goes? And then I'm joining. Okay, okay. Well, it doesn't sound too complicated then. That's not too bad. So Knit Gal, I'm gonna keep checking your name, Knit Gal, Teresa. So Teresa, you knit them to each other as you go. That is a great way to do it to prevent having 800 squares that you need to sew together. So that's great. That's a good way to do it. Yeah, I started off making a scrap blanket. It's called the 10 stitch blanket. Have y'all heard of that? It can be either a square or a rectangle. I think I was doing the rectangle. But you still have those 800 ends to weave in. Oh my goodness. Weaving in ends. Fun, isn't it? Not so much. So that's one of the things that also bugs me about those patterns is that you have all those ends. That's not fun at all. And my stomach just growled. I'm sorry. So that's actually all that I've been doing. I did, needless to say, although I should say it, I did not reach my goals for either Stash Dash or for what's the spinning one called? Tour de Fleece. I almost finished Tour de Fleece. I spun 4 ounces of Polworth, and I showed that on the previous podcast. I got 580 yards of a 3-ply. Yes, 580 yards of a 3-ply fingering. So that was great. I was aiming for 600, got 580, have to deal with it. I also had some superwash merino in tencel that I was spinning. That I spun on my wheel, the Polworth. The superwash merino in tencel I was spinning on my Tibetan spindle, but I did not get that finished in time. So I'm going to have to work on that again. Spinzilla I just saw is coming up in the first week of October. Is anyone joining a Spinzilla team? Is anybody going to tackle that this year? I have never done Spinzilla. I've done Tour de Fleece twice. I've never done Spinzilla. It's a 1 week mad dash to see how many yards you can spin in that amount of time. I saw a note about it yesterday, and I'm like, oh wow, I didn't realize Spinzilla was already here. Almost all the teams are taken, and I thought about joining something, but to tell you the truth, in October it's going to be the end of this month, and through October it's going to be crazy for me because I think I'm going to be moving out of state. So it's going to be a lot of transition and a lot of all over the place. So Christine is a newbie at the drop spindle. Yes, the drop spindle is a great way to learn spinning because you can go through all the steps, and it's good. The drop spindles are cheap. The drop spindles are cheap. You will drop them, and that's fine. And it's great. It's a great way to learn before you transition to either other spindles or to the wheel. I learned on a drop spindle, a really big, heavy drop spindle, and I still have it somewhere in the house. It's a great way to learn. And spinning, just like knitting and everything else, can be addictive. It's not as addictive as knitting because you have to really want to do it. But if you get the bug, it's awesome. It's awesome. So keep at it. You will do great. So, I don't think I'm going to be able to do Spinzilla this year. And I don't remember if it's an every year thing or an every other year thing. I can never remember with Spinzilla. But if anyone's joining, I hope you all have a great time. I hope you meet your goals. And I hope you have fun. And I said that also about Tour de Fleece and Stash Dash. It's supposed to be fun. I know we all want to win, but it's supposed to be fun. So remember that if you're going to join. I have a couple of things working on. I have projects that I need to put up into my store. I'm going to be doing a lot of spinning. I was doing weaving as well. I have a Kromsky harp rigid heddle loom that I have changed from a rigid heddle loom to something else. It is in mid-transformation. And I've added shafts to it, and it's all all over the place. So I was working on a project on that, did not finish it. I still have it under my table here. So at some point I will get back to it. But right now I'm focusing on the holidays, getting things ready for the shop, and so all of my personal things have to take time off to the side. So that's really all I've been working on. I wanted to pop in and say hi. I wanted to try recording on here. And for anyone I probably shouldn't do this now because the podcast is basically over. But if you are new to the concept of, hang on, let me show you what I'm talking about. What I found out a couple of days ago was that you can watch videos that are done in portrait on videos that are uploaded to YouTube that are in portrait mode, which is this tall version. You can watch it on your mobile device in that way without turning. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So this is a young lady that I know who does, actually, I'm going to flip the camera, okay? Hang on. So here we go. So this is a young lady I know who does videos on Periscope and then posts them to YouTube. So as you can see, you have the black areas around each video because they are in portrait mode. So what I found out is if you're on a mobile device and you click on the video, sorry. So if you click on the video, it's going to come up really, really small on your mobile device. Now, if you want to, normally what we do is we flip the video this way and we still have these giant bars that show up, right? And it's hard to watch. What I found is that if you keep your device in portrait mode and you press the button here, that means to open it in a large view, it fills up your entire screen, no matter what device you are watching it on. So if you keep it on the portrait mode, I just turned the ringer off so that when I play it, you won't hear anything. Is it playing? Come on. Oh, no. So you can see it's playing. It filled up the entire screen. You see? And instead of, so if you had turned it this way, you would end up with this, which is useless. Absolutely useless. So keep your device in portrait mode, fill the screen, and there you go. You can see all the videos in full screen. So I found this out last week, and I wanted to share. So that's what, isn't it awesome, Christine? I know. So that's what I'm going to be doing with my video. I'm going to upload it to YouTube. I don't know how it's going to work out on iTunes. I hope it works fine. YouTube at least will fill your screen. And most people, to be honest, most people now watch videos on their mobile device. So why not take advantage of that? You know, not that many people watch videos on their computer anymore. So let's see how it goes. Oh, I'm about to sign off, but let me tell you, I am wearing my Multnomah shawl, and I cannot remember the name of the designer. I'm sorry, I'm bad at these things. But this is the Multnomah shawl. It was knit out of Knit Picks Stroll tonal yarn in the Deep Waters colorway. It's a mix of purples and blues. Thank you, Christine. I'm glad you think it's beautiful. Knit this about 2 years ago. So I enjoy it. It's a great little, it's not really a shawl. It's like a shawlette or a nice scarf. Thank you, Teresa. I'm glad you love it. So yeah, it's a reminder that fall is on the way. Fall is the time for scarves and cowls and hats. So I just figured I'd put it on tonight. So anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. My battery is counting down. Thank you all so much for joining me. I appreciate it. As I said, follow me on Instagram, This Homespun Knife. Thank you, Christine. Have a great evening yourself. Instagram, This Homespun Knife. Twitter and Periscope is This Homespun Knife without the I, THS, Homespun Knife. Good night. The shop is homespun.bigcartel.com. Soon to transition to the full-fledged thishomespunknife.com. And Facebook, you can search for the page. Go to facebook.com/thishomespunknife. Thank you all for joining me. I appreciate it. You all have a wonderful evening, wonderful morning, wonderful day whenever you're watching this. Take care, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.